And we're live.
Better than being dead. How you doing, son?
Doing well, Dad. How are you?
Better than not at all.
You know, someday I'm gonna have a really good quip to that notion, better than being dead. Don't,
More
don't
power to you.
don't get me wrong, that day is not today, but someday I will have a quip.
You can make it your life's mission if you so desire.
Yeah, I can work, get an education, produce a society, or I can sit in the mountains and think, how do I respond to that?
And I would love to see the process that you come up with for that.
Yeah, for sure. It would be a doozy one. For
Yeah, oh,
sure.
absolutely. I have no doubt.
Well, thanks for coming on, Dad. I'm gonna, to our listeners, just want to let you know today is gonna be kind of a little bit of a short one. We had a lot going on today, but we really wanted to get this in. We have a fantastic topic we wanted to dive in today, and we just couldn't wait. So we're gonna take an opportunity, but just we are gonna jump through a few things and get to going. So, but that doesn't mean that we cannot and ought not to give service to our utmost and dedicated, important fans. So, with that in mind, I know we got some mail. I know we got a lot of people waiting on us to address them. Let's get it done.
Oh boy, there was a huge amount of mail. And interesting enough, almost about all about the same thing. So I picked one that pretty personifies most of them all at once. It says regarding talents, apparently I picked the wrong ones. Dear Tuttle Twins, long time listener, listening forever. First time talent evaluator of my own life, however. I just finished the episode on talents on another show. I want to thank you for fully confirming everything I just saw and what I'm about to see. What we've suspected since middle school. I was issued the budget starter pack on talents. Everyone keeps saying things like, everyone has talents, but they never clarify that some people get concert pianists and entrepreneurs while others get remembering movie quotes almost correctly, opening stubborn pickle jars, and an unsettling ability to sense when leftovers are about to go bad. I prayed about my talents, thought about my talents, even tried to discover my talents. But all I seem to discover is what other people are way better at than theirs. No talent whatsoever. So, my question is this: if talents are gifts from God, is there a return policy or at least an exchange program? Because if this because this is heaven's idea of use what you've been given, I'd like to speak to whoever's in charge of distribution. Thanks for remembering me that talents matter, even if it seems that the more supporting role than the leading man. Sincerely yours, still waiting to be discovered, Sister Talent in Orem.
Not
There
gonna lie,
you
that's
go.
rough. That's rough. The budget starter pack. I love that. I've felt like that too in my life, for sure.
Yeah, I think all of us have come across that feeling at a time or two.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's our lucky day. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. So I think it's a great time to jump in on some of that. So, but before we dive into the all important topic, we do this for a reason, and that reason never fades. It's the utmost, most important. We got people who got a message to give, and sometimes they just feel like it's not getting there. So it's our job to open the window and the path, have a suggestions box. Let's get it done. Okay, Heaven, please update the human software. Dear Heaven suggestion box. Well, we're Tuttle twins, but that's fine. We'd like to report a glitch in the human operating system. It seems people can post entire conspiracy theories in 4K, but forget about. Oh, that's the old one. That's not the right one. Oh, Here's the correct one. We can't be sending other ones up. Dear Tuttle Twins, they got it right. We like to formally request a skip option for certain conversations. You know, the ones when someone says real quick and suddenly it's 40 minutes later and you're emotionally trapped listening to a story that peaked the second sentence. We're not trying to be rude. We just want a polite celestial fade out where everyone feels heard and we still make it home before dark. If you could roll that out in the next update, humanity would be more patient, or at least on time. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Oh, just real quick. And then 30 minutes later, you're like, gosh, golly.
Yeah, can you sometime get to the point?
Yeah, that was a good one. I think that's a great one. We'll send that one right up for you and consider it heard. Consider it heard. We have sway, so consider it heard.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
that hits close to home in so many levels. It's unfathomable.
it sure is. It's unfathomable.
Yeah, yeah.
Just real
Wow.
quick. All right, so just real quick, Dad, I want to talk to you about talents just real quick. Just real quick. I want to have this
Just real
conversation.
quick.
Yeah, just real quick.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah, yeah, there's no timing going on. I'm not noticing that it's, like 7:13 in 74 seconds or anything like that. So go have at it.
just real quick. And in case no one's picked up on it, the topic of today is talents. We're really excited to chat about this. I know Dad's been itching at the bit for weeks to have this conversation. Weeks to have this conversation. And I have some pretty controversial thoughts on the matter. So I want to dive in. So Dad, tell me, what do you think about talents? And I think what started this conversation is we were talking about the Lord gives us talents, right? Even if just one, and expects us to utilize them more. And then what made us think this would be a lot of fun to kind of dive into. So what do you think?
Well, when the second you said talents, and while the rest of the what you were saying, I heard, but my mind went in a totally different direction. When I think of talents and I think of the Lord, I always think of the 30 talents, the money, not what the Lord has given us. I went in a wholly different direction than you were, but I was keeping up with where you were going with it. Meanwhile, my mind is playing out a whole different scenario on what 30 talents is. And I'm going, "Oh, not those talents." I get where he's going with talents, and I see how we got here and why my mind went that direction with it. I have no idea. So, I guess you could say one of my talents is being able to think so far out the box that I don't even see the box anymore.
Nice. That's great. There's a really great book about that. I don't know if it's relevant to you. It's called Leadership and Self-Deception. One of the top five books of all time, in my opinion. Like, there's only a few books that you give me to read. You're like, dude, you only get five books ever. We're taking scriptures out of it, right? Five books. You can read them as many times as you want, but this is all you got. That's on that list.
Really?
Fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. But anyway, he talks
All right.
about the box and the metaphor of the box and like being out of the box and the box and its perception. It's interesting.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to check that out. All
Yeah,
right.
it
Good to
is.
know.
It is fascinating. However, it's high accountability. High accountability. So it's kind of hard to read a little bit. You're like, man, I was in the box. I was out of the box thinking I was in the box, treating people that way. And anyway, it's super interesting, fascinating. Great book. Anyway,
Right on.
that's a great talent you have. Yeah. And you have a
Yeah.
talent for writing.
So I've been told.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So altruistically, do you what is your view on everyone having talent, some people having more, some people having less? Do you have opinions about that?
Well, yeah, I do because I don't try to categorize talents on a scale. One talent is never better than another talent. Each talent by itself is a gift of the Lord, so therefore it can't be put into a category of good or bad. It is a
Mm.
God-given it's something that God gives us, so therefore we don't have the capability to say whether or not that's good or bad. It's a God-given thing that we have to learn to accept, is how I view it.
What are your thoughts when we say the phrase, that person is talented?
I when I if I say that about something or I hear that said about something, what that's somebody trying to qualify that person because I don't know, I kind of view it as a self-reflection. When I see wow, that person's talented. What I'm really saying is I can't do that. I wish I could.
Mm, interesting.
And I appreciate the fact that they can do what they
Mhm.
can do. And whether they realize it or not, that is something that the Lord's given them, and they have been able to take that to a level that most people can't.
Interesting.
How
Yeah.
about you?
My view is a little more controversial. And part of that isn't necessarily that I don't think talents exist. I think the way we use them in nomenclature and sometimes as an excuse is is the downfall. When we say talented, I have a talent, I do not have a talent, oftentimes I'll see that as a misnomer or excuse for lack thereof in other attributes. Here's an example. If I look at Tom Brady, I don't think any quarterback has ever achieved what he's achieved. But I can name you right now a list of people, quarterbacks that I think are actually naturally more talented than Tom Brady, who can do things with a football he cannot do. Yet he comes out on top. It's not because he's necessarily more talented, right? He doesn't have the biggest arm. He's not the most athletic. He doesn't have the the great whip and speed. He can't throw it down the field. His accuracy is second to none. But really, it's his cerebral discipline. The way he puts it down makes it happen. There's a great book actually. It's called Talent is Overrated, and he goes over a lot of these principles. He talks about a few examples. Tiger Woods is an example. Oh, Tiger Woods is so talented, so gifted. Well, it kind of helps that Tiger Woods' dad was a instructor in the military and an avid golfer, and had Tiger Woods in his garage in a high chair while he was sitting there hitting golf balls day in and day out. It got him started at an extremely young age. That kind of helps, right? So
Mhm.
you take something, you take hard work, and you accumulate this hard work into this product, and you go, ah, talent. No, that's discipline, dedication, and effort. Discipline. So what I like to prefer it as, we have innate strengths that, when applied through discipline, dedication, effort, passion, equate to what others would view as talent on our end. Strengths change. Some people are inherently more disciplined. Some people are like I have um, positivity, achiever, context, and belief in mind. Some people have a more natural connection to belief than others. Some people it's harder. Some people have better at English than others. Some people are better at math. Some people are more artistic in nature. There's a lot of people who are super artistic that ain't Bob Ross, right? Well, what happened? Well, they just didn't put in the dedication and the effort to hone that craft. Some people are amazing singers, but you wouldn't look at them when they sing and go, "Oh, they're talented," even though they could be. They could be seen as that if they would have added those other portions and made that happen. So I think it's almost cheap to say when someone like, "Oh, that person's talented." Michael Jordan, talented. Well, he got strengths that allow him to do what he does, and he leaned into those strengths, and that's fantastic. But never you don't you cheap out on the effort that man put in to be who that man is.
Yeah, talk about all of the times that he missed those. I just read a statistic about that where Michael Jordan had a horrific start to his career,
Yeah.
and he you know, he said, "Well, I'm not going to let that happen again." And if it happened again sometime down the road, you know, he figured out, well, okay, I'm not going to put myself in that situation again, and I'll avoid that situation. So he figured out ways to make himself the person he was. He did have natural born abilities. You know, he was built with the correct muscle structure,
Yep.
and you know, he was given certain things that other people aren't given, and he took those to another level.
Yep. He leveraged those to be who he was. But there's a lot of people built like him that aren't him. I mean, right? I mean, there's a lot of people who have the
Mhm,
same exact gifts and don't leverage it into talent. And
mhm.
so it's not a passive thing. At least I don't see it that way.
Yeah, I think that if you're not gonna call it a talent, then what are you gonna call it?
An innate strength. So you have strengths which you leverage to become talented.
So when you see somebody that continuously makes a shot from half court, and he does it quite consistently, you're gonna go, "Man, that dude's innate. Wow." That I think we
Yeah,
that doesn't put it in the proper context.
that's fair. What's a you're a great point, Dad. If you're this is the logic that I'm proposing, what's the substitute thought? Like how else do you phrase that? If not, hey,
Mhm.
that person's talented. Um, okay, then what else is it? That
Right.
person's achieving.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. And what's interesting?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning's another great example of a really crappy start. Like
Mhm.
he did not do well at first, but gosh dang. I would think I personally believe he's more cerebral than Tom Brady. He has a better football knowledge. Tom Brady's just he's got more grit, dude. Like he will dedicate himself to a higher level than Peyton Manning, but innately Peyton Manning is smarter at football, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, to me, that's kind of comparing 1A to 1B. I mean,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
you know, it's 2 chess grandmasters. I mean, they've reached the grandmaster stage. I mean, they both saw the game a little bit differently, but excelled nonetheless.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm more right, but you're not wrong.
And that there is a talent. But it is not better than my talent, because my talent, I even have a certificate to prove my talent. See, do
Ooh.
you have a certificate to prove your talent? I think not. So therefore, my talent is awesome.
You know, I have a printer at work. You're gonna see something you don't want to see. Next week, this is gonna
Holy
get
moly.
covered in certificates just all over.
Oh, I guess I better start working on some more. I'm
Every
gonna go
week, you
on
just have more
Amazon
and
and buy
more.
special certificate paper. And I'm gonna throw a couple of degrees of something in there too.
Might as well, bro. Like 1 degree, 2 degree, 6 degrees.
Yeah. Uh, I'm gonna have a degree that's above PhD.
Ooh, I'm gonna have a 180 degree. It's gonna be 180 degree of productivity.
Oh, okay. Right on.
It's a degree I'm gonna
And
have.
there is a talent. Yeah.
I think there is actually a degree above a PhD, though, isn't there?
I have no idea.
Oh, I think there is.
Is there?
Yeah. I just don't know what it is.
Oh wow.
But I'm pretty sure there is just a sort of degree above a PhD.
Huh.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
starting in 2028, it's going to be required for all entry-level roles. I'm just bitter
To
because I'm having to
have
get a further degree to get better at my career. So
you
take that for a grain of salt.
know. Oh, okay.
Just bitter.
Well, unless you have McDonald's salt, which has sugar in it, so I mean there is that.
I can go for some McD's. Go for some McD's.
Yeah, gotta love the clogging them arteries. Good.
So I think we've come to the conclusion that maybe we don't use talent per se exactly correctly in society, but it's hard to find a really good substitute, so it just works.
Yep, yeah, default setting, I guess you would call it,
Yeah.
because we haven't come up with anything better.
But wouldn't it cheap you out? Let's say you're like great at really, really good at guitar or drums. You're good at drums. Someone's like, oh, this guy's just talented. He just woke up in the morning, took a big number two, and then he sat down at his drums, and all of a sudden, boom, there he is, talented. Boom.
Yeah, and then you go one even step further. Oh, he's super talented. And then the next guy comes by and go, "Oh man, he's so talented, I can't even have a word for it."
Yeah. I just feel like
They
it's
keep
cheapening.
trying to put degrees on it. It's just
Yeah.
like
Super
gradients.
talented. Yeah. But he's like, I don't
Yeah,
know, it's like kind of
extremely super
cheapening.
talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the gym, right? When I used to be in really good shape, people are like, oh, you have great genetics. Like, man, what? No. I grind this sucker out 6 days a week. I'm in here. I'm in here getting injuries and I'm eating mass amounts of rice and plain chicken and blah blah blah. And you're just gonna tell me it's genetics? No, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. No. He hasn't seen your family if he thinks that.
no. I had a lot of comments like that back when I was, listening. Oh, you should have great genetics. I was born missing parts. What are you talking about? Great,
Right?
great
Yeah.
genetics. Come on now.
Oh man. And I guess that could be a talent, learning to overstate everything. I'm the great overstater, and that's my talent.
God-given natural ability.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes I think on the side of my neck I have this little switch that says blender mode and go beep.
Teresa's sitting there reading the books, like, what is that awful sound?
Yeah, right?
That
Oh.
smells like burning like sulfur in here.
Oh. I'm heading the wrong direction. Hit the brimstone layer. Oh no. Hit stop. Reverse.
All
Help
right.
me, Lord.
So all of our valuable listeners, here's some homework. How else can we identify people and their excellence without just simply belittling it to natural talent? How do we do that in real time? That's the answer. First one to answer it gets a shout out on the next podcast.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Well, Dad, I've really enjoyed this time together, and I've really enjoyed this topic. I think it's been great to kind of dive into it and get to know both of our thoughts on the subject.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of fun.
I've enjoyed being able to share my talentless self with you all.
Not as much as us, trust me.
And you're welcome.
Well, I love you, Dad, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Love you too. You stay safe.
You too. Bye.